So this is a little bit of an embarrassing story, maybe, but I'm still going to tell it. Considering that this month we have a special package. Come on here, buddy. Uh, Package of the month, and this package is about acupuncture, or actually dry needling, as we like to call it in physiotherapy. And I have a secret. I used to be really afraid of needles, a needle phobiac. Still am, actually, a little bit. But this comes back from somewhere in my youth, where I had multiple teeth that I need to get extracted. And long story short, I won't bother you with the details. The root of the teeth were not properly digested yet, so they pretty much had to yank them through my nose almost. I was pretty young, and all the injections and such really left me a bit traumatized. So I tried to avoid needles pretty much my entire life, or as much as I can. And then as I was studying still to become a physiotherapist, I developed a very strong pain in my right shoulder. Later turned out to be an impingement of the subscapularis muscle. You can of course forget about that. But it got really bad, and I did many dumb things, like trying to train through it, which back then I thought was the right way, the right thing to do. And obviously it didn't work. Got really bad, had to stop training and so on. And I got multiple people to look at it, multiple therapists, and nobody could really do anything for me. I decided to reach out to one of my favorite tutors, and he wanted to take a look for me. And then he pretty quickly came to the conclusion that the reason that you have trouble finding this particular, finding a solution to this particular problem is the muscle that you're trying to treat is located underneath the shoulder blade, right? So to put that in perspective, let's say over here I can dig under my shoulder blade. And he said it's difficult to reach. However, I have a way to do it, and he pulled out like a 5-10 centimeter needle, and I nearly had a heart attack when he did that, you know. But I trusted him. He's my favorite teacher, professor at university, so I decided to give it a try. So you have to imagine my heart's pounding, my palms are sweaty and everything. I'm laying down on my back, and he's kind of holding my arm to make sure I don't punch him in the face. And bringing out my shoulder blade, I see that sort of needle going in, and the moment it hit, the muscle does something. If you have a trigger point related problem, we call a local twitch response. So the moment you touch the area where the problem might be, the muscle does. It's a reflex based activity. You can't really suppress it or anything like that, and it's a good thing because it relaxes the muscle. The moment he hit, I knew immediately that it was going to be the thing that would carry me forward. And sure enough, about 80% of the pain was gone the next day. Couldn't believe it. If I didn't experience myself, wouldn't have never believed it. And I decided I needed 1 or 2 more treatments afterwards. Did some exercises, etc. It's never only the needling, but it definitely facilitated the recovery process. I decided there and then that once I would have finished my studies and get my degree for being a physiotherapist, I would pursue this additional study and become a certified dry needling therapist as well. Now, at the moment, of course, I've been working for this for years, and I needle myself as well, but of course I didn't realize that to become a certified practitioner, you need to go through many hours of not only working with needles in another person, right, many other people, but you also have to experience all the different techniques. So you can imagine a course day of 8 hours, one body part, and probably hundreds of needles done by other people that are just trying to learn. So it was one of the most stressful and intense courses I've ever done, but I'm not afraid of needles anymore. Well, maybe a little bit.